Where are we going? We are not going anywhere. And because we are not going anywhere, we are going to be everywhere. Got that? You know, you just saw a video with incredible accolades, and they are. And that was a lifetime of work that you saw on that screen. But I became who I became because I was always proud of who I was. And from day one, when I was in grammar school, I knew I was a lesbian. And this was during a time when nobody talked about it. I was born on the south side of Chicago in not far from Lena, by the way, right? In 1951. Now, you can all sit there and try to figure out how old that makes me right now. And I am 68. I know, I look good, don't I? Yes. But trust me, if I was up here in front of you naked, you wouldn't have a doubt that I was going to be 68. So here I am, it's the south side of Chicago, 1951, 1955, I'm getting older, and I'm realizing that I am different than all my friends, because my friends are liking boys, and I'm liking my friends. And then I was accused in high school of being a lesbian. And I said, no, I'm not. No, I'm not a lesbian. No, I couldn't be like that, because back then, in the early 60s, it wasn't a cool thing to be. And after I denied it, I made a vow to myself I would never again, from that lie forward, deny the fact that I was and I am a lesbian. So I go off to the University of Illinois, where I start a gay women's house in 1969. Because I had a belief that women needed a place, especially lesbian women needed a place to come and talk about it. Because women who were gay were different than men who were gay. And we needed our own space. And then I went back and I told everybody in high school, I told them that I wasn't gay. I said, I have something to tell you. I'm gay. And they said, oh, no, you're not. I said, no, you don't understand. I am. And it was that statement of me saying I am gay that made me who I am today. Why? So to make a very long story short, after 7 years of being a waitress at the Buttercup Bakery in Berkeley, California, making $400 a month, until 1980, I am now 29 years of age, and through a fluke set of circumstances, I am as hired as a stockbroker at Merrill Lynch. And the first thing that I tell them about myself is I am a lesbian. And they're looking at me and they're going, well, you're also the first woman that we're ever going to hire in the Oakland office of Merrill Lynch, and you're telling us you're a lesbian. And I then say to them, and what that means is if you ever approach me in a way that is not proper, you are going to pay the price of doing so. And they said, okay. And what was so strange is because they thought that lesbians obviously like women, that the strippers that they would have come in to celebrate all the male brokers' birthdays, that I would belong. And so they actually embraced me because we had something in common. I'm not kidding, we all liked women. And even though they were sexist and what went on there was disgusting, I didn't say anything because they were all accepting me as a lesbian. And then I started to rise through the ranks of Merrill Lynch, and I started to win all of these contests and these things that they held. And they would send out invitations, and they say, you have to bring your spouse to this awards dinner. And I went into the manager's office and I said, I don't have a spouse. I'm not allowed to have a spouse. So stop sending out invitations for me and everybody else to bring their spouses to my awards dinner. And he said to me, well, what should we say? And I said, let's see, my initials are S.O., Suze Orman. So let's say significant other, and we will all know that stands for Suze Orman. And from that day on, they changed. They never again sent out invites to all the male brokers to say, bring your spouse. They always said, bring your significant other. Why do I tell you that story? Because I was willing to have a voice, and I was willing to speak up. The culture at a corporation changed. And because that culture embraced me, I became incredibly successful. And now we fast forward on many years back into 1990s, 1995, 1997, and somehow I write a book in 1995, and 300,000 copies, 800,000 copies later sell. And now all of a sudden, all of these publishers want my next book. The very first book I wrote in 1995, I was paid a $10,000 advance for. And I simply wrote it to give it as a gift to my clients. In 1997, I was going to write another book called The 9 Steps to Financial Freedom, and this bidding war starts. And it goes from 50,000 to 100,000, and all of a sudden, these publishers are willing to pay me $800,000 to write a book. And it goes to Crown, and I go in and I say to Chip Gibson, who was CEO of Crown at the time, I have 2 things I need to tell you. Number 1, I don't know how to write. And he says, oh, finally an author who knows they don't know how to write. And I said, next, what you need to know is that I am a lesbian. And if anybody asks me if I am a lesbian, I am going to tell them I am a lesbian. And you know what he says to me? Tell me something we don't know. Now I'm out there and I'm getting very famous. I'm getting very popular. The 9 Steps to Financial Freedom was selling 1 million copies a month. And everybody is wanting me on their shows. And I always talked about that I was gay. Behind the scenes, Larry King and Oprah, they all loved KT. KT, my better half, who I've been with now for 20 years. Wouldn't you like to meet her? KT! Come on, KT! They're waiting for you, KT. Come out here. She's too chicken, you'll see, but maybe she'll bless us with her presence. But they all loved us together. And now it's 2007, and I finally decide, after all of these #1 New York Times bestsellers that I've written, that I need to write a book called Women and money. And I get a call from a woman by the name of Deborah Solomon from the New York Times. And she asked me the question, Suze Orman, are you heterosexual? And I'm like, what is this woman? Is she like in nowhere's land? And I said, no, I'm a 55-year-old virgin. What is the matter with you? And then, hey!
Take a selfie.
Hey, go. Turn this way. Now, come on, turn this way. Right, oh, there she goes. Right. Now, I have to tell you what a big deal that was, because we have spoken all over the world in the past 20 years, and as many times as I have called her out to come on stage, she never has. Never. Now, why do you think she came on stage here? Because she knows she belongs. She knows that. So she then prints it. And here it is all over the place that I'm gay, but I'm a 55-year-old virgin. And now we're starting a book tour. And everywhere I go, the publisher is afraid that every news person is going to only talk to me about being gay. And they're not going to talk about the book, Women and Money. But because I always talked about being gay, whenever I went for an interview, I said, are you going to talk about me being gay? They said, no, everybody knows you're gay. Why would we? Every business deal that I've done with KT, whether it was a deal with major corporations, whether it was GE, Avon, you name it, Gulfstream, General Dynamics, all of them, major deals, $5 million, $10 million deals. I would say to them, if you don't accept me as a gay woman, if you don't start teaching diversity in your corporation, this deal is off. I tell you this because you have major corporate sponsors in this room. And those corporate sponsors, by being here today, can change this world. You can change this world. Because I am a perfect example. When you are who you are, and your corporate entities, CNBC, PBS, QVC, HSN, whatever they may have been, back you, then you can back up yourselves as well and become the world's personal finance expert. However, here's what's important. I love that we all want to be out and equal. I love that we aren't going anywhere so that we can be everywhere. But my main topic is money. And I just want to leave you with this. You are never going to be powerful in life until every single one of you, every single one of your employees, every single one of your friends, every single one of your family members, you will never be powerful in life until you are powerful over your own money. How you think about it, how you feel about it, and how you invest it. What keeps you down is not just how you feel about who you are and the fact that you are gay or whatever you are. It's that you don't have the money to do that which you need to do. So you have to stay in a situation that you don't want to be in. When you start to learn about your money, anything and everything can change. So as much as you want to be out and equal, I want you to be financially free. And to that end, I have a financial course, my gift to all of you, which is if you simply want to learn about money, go to SUZEU.com and put in the free gift code out and equal, and you can download that course for free. One other thing that I just have to say, even though I know I'm out of time, I have a podcast called Women and Money, and the men smart enough to listen. If you want to start learning about money, you want to start learning about the power that you have within you to be anything and everything that you have ever wanted to be, I ask you to go there. I ask you to spread the word, because especially this community, we have to become powerful with the money that we make. I am out of time, but it's your time to continue on and to really be the messengers that we need at this point in time. May financial freedom bless each and every one of your doorsteps, and may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Yeah.